If you've got a business that makes anything, there are 4 metrics that I promise you're not tracking today, but you should be. Get out your pen and paper because we're gonna go through each one of these metrics. We're gonna talk about why we use it. I'm gonna show you how we use it, and then I'm gonna give you the formula. The first question every business owner is asking themselves is, am I making money? And currently, I promise, you're looking at the worst document in the world for that. You're probably looking at your income statement. The reason this is so bad is because it lags by about 45 days, maybe 35 if you're really dialed in. So this is a terrible place to look for profitability because we want to know daily. These measurements are for the people on the shop floor so they could actually make a difference. If you're using just your financial statement, they have to remember what went wrong 45 days ago, and that's impossible. So we're gonna show you how to do it daily, right here on what we call the over-the-line chart. So if you look up here on the screen, basically what we do is we take throughput dollars, which is your total expenses minus material, and we post it here as our break-even line for the business for the month. Then we divide that by how many working days. Now this red line shows you the rate at which your company is burning cash. The blue bars are where you post your daily throughput. So every day you post throughput, now you can see right here, oh look, as of December 11th, we're falling short by about $5,000 based on the rate at which the company is burning cash. So we know we need to make some improvements, and we need to make them now, not find that out in 45 days. So the 3 pieces of information that you're gonna need in order to populate your over-the-line chart are your total expenses minus material for your break-even point, how many working days, divide that, and that's gonna give you your burn rate of cash, and your daily throughput, and use throughput dollars, which is your daily sales minus material. Next measurement we wanna talk about, throughput dollars per labor hour. Now this metric is amazing because this is basically our decision checker. So if we buy a new piece of equipment, within days, we should be able to see our throughput dollars per labor hour going up. Whether we hire somebody, whether we fire somebody, we can see our throughput dollars. Was that the right decision? You can also see as the number of team members fluctuates, what happens to your throughput dollars per labor hour? So you can start to identify the optimal number of people for the shop floor. All this information starts bubbling to the surface when you're monitoring your throughput dollars per labor hour. So let me show you what that looks like on the chart here. We'll just scroll down, and there's our throughput dollars per labor hour. So here we have our blended average, and then daily we're posting what that number is, and then we're getting our averages over here. You have yesterday's measurement, you have your moving average, which is your 4-week moving average, and then your yearly. So you're watching these numbers as a big decision checker for your organization. Now the formula to calculate your throughput dollars per labor hour is you just take the throughput dollars, which you posted already on the over-the-line chart. So you already have that number, and then you just go to your payroll system. How many hours total got put in the system? Divide the 2, and you got your throughput dollars per labor hour. Next important measurement, minutes per piece. Why do we want to know how many minutes are in each piece? Because this is an amazing feedback loop for your estimating department. There's not too many companies that know exactly how many minutes go into each part that leaves their factory. So let me show you what that looks like up here on the chart. We want to first get to it. We'll scroll down to our minutes per piece. So again, we get a 4-week blended average, and we're posting our minutes per piece each day over here. Again, getting our daily moving average and yearly reads. And so with your minutes per piece, the important part is that those are going down. So when it comes to minutes per piece, down is better. Now the formula for calculating your minutes per piece, super easy. You just count how many pieces shipped that day, and if you're using the production timer, then you'll already have that number, and then your hours that you already put for calculating your throughput dollars per labor hour, divide the two, minutes per piece. Last measurement is pieces per day. Now, a lot of people are counting this one and using the information totally wrong, because if you're using your minutes per piece, your pieces per day as some kind of like a goal or hitting financial targets, this is a bad idea because it can be skewed by labor. So we can hire 500 more people and we'll get more pieces per day, but then if we watch our throughput dollars, it's per labor hour, it's gonna be astronomical. So the real reason we wanna track pieces per day is so we can balance the factory. You're gonna wanna balance your pieces per day with your takt time. So you measure your incoming orders and your pieces per day. This is gonna tell you, are we working ahead of our takt time and the factory's gonna run out of work, or are we slowing down compared to our takt time and our lead time is gonna get dragged out? So let me show you what that looks like up here as a graph. And again, we get our blended average and we're posting our pieces per day. So this is really interesting. When you see stuff like this, you wanna start digging. But we have our yesterday's number, our moving average for 4 weeks, and our yearly total. That's it for pieces per day. I know what you're thinking, but Brad, we're custom. There's no way we can count pieces per day. I got you. All we have to do is change the verbiage. We want to change from pieces per day to points per day. And each custom item gets a certain amount of points assigned to it in the estimating department. And as it flows through the shop, everybody knows how many points each item is worth. And all of these metrics are just tracked in points per day versus pieces per day. And trust me, it works like a charm. Now, we used to do this in Google and Excel, and it's so long and clumsy. So I'm gonna get ahead of everyone in the comments asking, how do we get all these charts and graphs? I'll just give you the secret right now. It's that. Now remember, you can't improve what you can't measure. So get out there, start giving your team all these metrics, get everybody thinking like owners, and the sky will be the limit. If you have any questions or want to know how this stuff works, feel free to drop it in the comments and we'll do our best to keep up with it and get answers for you.